You're listening to the Wear Wag Repeat podcast, the only show 100% dedicated to highlighting women in all areas of the pet industry. I'm your host, Tori Mystic, and I am here today to share with you a social media playbook for petpreneurs and what to expect in terms of social media trends in 2024. I know it's already time to look at our strategies for 2024. So in this episode, I'm going to share with you some exciting information about a panel discussion that I'm hosting in November. Plus, I'll share a sneak peek at some of the trends that we'll be discussing on that panel and how you can attend it. So this episode is going to be full of practical information about social media, and I will give you some insight on some trends that you can incorporate into your strategy. But if you want to hear everything and more details, and also importantly, get the opportunity to ask questions of me and our expert panelists, I will give you information on how you can attend this event. Okay, sound good? So, like I said, I am hosting an expert social media panel. It's coming up on November 10th at 12 p.m. Eastern. This will be hosted on Zoom, and I have a really awesome lineup of 4 panelists for you. One is the owner of an influencer agency that works with pet brands and pet influencers. Another is a full-time content creator who has transitioned from a pet brand to becoming a content creator and is just loving it. We also have the owner of a pet brand that is huge on TikTok. I'm so excited for you to hear from her. And we're also going to have a social media manager who works with a variety of different brands managing their social media on a day-to-day basis. So I designed this panel so that everyone would have someone that they could kind of look up to or ask questions of. So the Wear Wag Repeat world comprises of a lot of different people. Like I say, this podcast represents women in all areas of the pet industry. So we have dog trainers, we have makers, treat bakers, we have photographers and artists. We have people who own their own brick and mortar shops. We have content creators. We have bloggers. We have social media managers. We've got all kinds of different people. I'm sure I'm leaving out a whole bunch of categories. So, dog trainer, I think, that also includes behaviorists and dog physical therapists and all kind of different things. We have people who are working with nonprofits. So I wanted to make sure that everyone on this panel could provide some kind of value to anyone in the Wear Wag Repeat world. So if you would like to attend this event, it is happening live on November 10th. There will be a recording, and that recording will be available in the members-only area of Wear Wag Repeat Society. So yeah, that's right. In order to attend this event, it is free to Wear Wag Repeat Society members. So as long as you are an active member of the membership, you can attend this event for free and also get all of the other benefits that come from Wear Wag Repeat Society. We have, I think it's up to 34 months worth of archive lessons that you can watch at your own pace. We have 3 different virtual meetups each month, including co-working, a networking hour, and also a hot seats call. It's just a really great community. We also have a private Facebook group where there's a lot of discussion almost on a daily basis of just people bouncing ideas off of each other. So if you feel like you just need a little bit of extra support, or you're feeling a little bit like a chicken with their head cut off and you're running around and you don't know what to do when it comes to your social media strategy or just anything about your business, we talk about it all in Wear Wag Repeat Society. It's not just social media. We talk about mindset and money and hiring and outsourcing and all kinds of stuff. So head over to wearwagrepeat.com/society and join us now, and you will get access to all of that, plus this expert panel happening on Friday, November 10th. That is an observed holiday for Veterans Day in the United States. So even if you have a full-time job, there's a good chance that you might have that day off and you'll be able to attend this panel discussion. So let's talk about social media. It is always on people's minds. I feel like every single day we're talking about it. It's in the news. Our strategies are changing, and we are constantly getting bombarded by people saying, you have to do this in order to go viral, or you have to do this in order to be successful on social media. Well, if you've been following me for a while, I have done other episodes about how going viral is not always the blessing that we think it is. Sometimes it doesn't do diddly squat for you. I've had videos with over 6 million views that, yeah, they got a lot of views, but it really didn't result in any new followers, and it resulted in 0 new business in terms of income in my business. So going viral is not always the golden ticket to success. So we want to always be thinking about what are the evergreen social media strategies? Like, what can you be doing that is going to set your business up for success in the long term, not just banking on like one viral hit video. You don't want to be a one-hit wonder. You don't want to be the Milli Vanilli of the pet industry, do you? I didn't think so. So let's think about what are the sort of more trustworthy and kind of overarching themes that you want to incorporate into your social media strategy now and looking forward into 2024. So some trends that I've been noticing and that I've been discussing behind the scenes with our panelists, so this will come up on November 10th. 3 of those trends I want to highlight in this episode are influencer partnerships, user-generated content, and the importance of authenticity. Okay, so let's start off with the authenticity part. One great example of an account that uses a ton of authenticity is the Dog Mom Co. I don't know if you guys know Claire, but she is the founder of the Dog Mom Co., and she does an amazing job on her TikTok account and her Instagram of being really authentic. I've been following her for years, from when she was printing her dog-themed t-shirts and other products through like print-on-demand services, to then doing her own screen printing, to then doing like large-scale printing with a local printer. And I know all this because she shares it on her account. She shares so much behind-the-scenes stuff. She captures a ton of B-roll footage, and she also really authentically shares recently how exhausted she is as a new mom, balancing business, dogs, and baby. But on the flip side, she also shares the excitement that she has when packing an order or interacting with customers. I just think she does such a great job of showing up on her account. If you follow her, you feel like you know Claire, and it makes you more excited to support her business. And obviously, she is doing an amazing job on TikTok. She's got tons and tons of followers and likes and views, and more importantly, orders coming through on her social media accounts. So that's a really great example of being authentic if you want to see what she's up to. Now, Claire's approach to social media also touches on another trend that we really see picking up for 2024. Audiences and followers want to connect with real people. So, does this mean the downfall of pet-only accounts? No, not necessarily, but I don't really think you can get by on cute photos alone anymore. Yeah, your account might look great at first glance. However, followers want to connect on a human level. They want to know what your life is like. They want to be able to relate to you, and they want your content to resonate. So don't worry about being perfect. That's, I don't think, what anyone is really looking for anymore. It is more about being real and sharing your own experiences and expertise. And yes, you are an expert in whatever it is that you do, and also in your life experiences. You know, someone I just follow, I saw her sharing this morning that she's hosting a few events. I think they're on just like Google Meet. That's like the Zoom of Google, right? She's just hosting some group calls about things that she's learned a lot about this year in her own life. One of them was, I think, like an exercise routine. Another one was a financial planning. And then there was another one too. And this woman is a professional photographer. So none of these topics had anything to do with photography. But she's just hosting 3 Google Meet virtual calls with people to share about what she's been learning in her own life this year. And I was like, wow, what a really cool way to connect with your audience, to show up as a real person and a dynamic person, because we're all more than our businesses. I know sometimes it feels like we're all Wear Wag Repeat. Yesterday, somebody asked me if I've always been so obsessed with dogs. And I was like, no, I actually wasn't. I've had Wear Wag Repeat for 10 years, but when I started Wear Wag Repeat, it was actually recipes and like Pinterest DIYs and some dog stuff. So there's more to us than meets the eye, right? And so you really want to show your authentic self and share about your story on your social media. If you have an account that is like really a pet influencer account, you can still do this if you don't want to be on camera. I mean, I would encourage you to at least do some stories and maybe have a story highlight that shows who you are, what your name is, maybe a video of you saying your name, because sometimes I'm like, how does this person say their name? And I wish there was just a video of them saying, hi, I'm Tori. So you could put that in a highlight. You can put stuff in your captions. I love seeing those get to know me posts that people do like once a month or so. There's so many different ways you can implement this in your business, but just remember to be real. That's what people are looking for. Okay, so some other topics I want to talk about. I mentioned user-generated content. So I think that this is a emerging trend that's been happening all this year, and I think it is going to continue to grow in 2024. So we've all heard about user-generated content. That is not new. We've been using that for probably close to 10 years. At least I have in my business and with my clients. But what's kind of different about this now is that influencers now, instead of charging based off of their reach and follower numbers, there's a growing number of people who are influencers who are only charging based on the content creation. So instead of creating a bunch of content and then posting it to your account, sometimes brands are requesting those same influencers to create all the content and not post it. Instead, send it directly to the brand and they're using it on their accounts. So what does this mean for you? So as a brand, it is a more affordable way to generate great content because you're not paying for a big following. There might be a smaller influencer that you want to use that their reach might not be that great, but they create great content. Asking them to just do content creation instead of influencing could be a great way to save money. And for influencers, I don't think this is like making you less money. In fact, I feel like it kind of takes the pressure off when engagement and likes can be so unpredictable. I work with some brands personally on my own account at Teamistic that I've worked with them for years. And I feel like anytime I put that hashtag sponsored or hashtag ad, my engagement is just terrible. And it stresses me out because I'm a recovering perfectionist. I was going to say I'm a perfectionist, but no, guys, I'm in recovery. And so seeing that less than amazing engagement rate on my sponsored posts, it stresses me out because I want to do an amazing job for my clients and for the brands that I work with. So if I had the opportunity to just create the content and not even post it, oh my God, that would take all the stress out of it. So I don't think that this is a bad thing for influencers, right? Instead, I think this is a great opportunity for everyone. It's kind of a win-win. So I'm excited to talk about that. We will get more into that on the panel because quite a few of our experts are going to have something to contribute to that. So the last trend that I identified was influencer partnerships. And I'm not talking about what I was just saying with the content creation. Instead, I want to touch on a kind of an emerging trend, a micro trend maybe, especially in the pet industry. And that is working with pet professionals and pet experts as your quote unquote influencers. So again here, follower count, like count, engagement rate doesn't so much matter. Instead, brands are looking to partner with people who are experts, who have the credentials. So they are a dog trainer, a veterinarian, a dog behaviorist, a pet nutritionist, whatever it is. Maybe, I don't know, a canine enrichment specialist. Toot my own horn there. Toot, toot. So brands are looking to partner with people who have those credentials as an expert to feature them in their social media content. And it might be user generated, or maybe they bring this person in and batch a whole bunch of content with them, or they're using them as providing a testimonial for their content. Whatever it is, brands are starting to look for experts to help them with their social media and with their influence with their followers, because they know that pet parents see that title as a dog trainer or a pet nutritionist or whatever it is that you are, and pet owners are going to look up to that and admire that and view you as an expert. And if that person can be associated with a brand that makes treats or accessories or training gear or whatever it is, then it is going to really up their influence. And again here, the follower number, the engagement rate doesn't matter so much, because people are really looking at the like, know, and trust factor that you bring with your credentials. So if you're someone who has a little bit of alphabet soup after their name, I would highly recommend reaching out to some brands and seeing if they might want to work with you as an influencer, because they would get the advantage of your expertise in their content. What do you think of these trends? So quick to recap here, we talked about the importance of authenticity, showing yourself and your face and your life on your social media content. We also talked about user-generated content and content creation versus influencing. And then finally, we talked about partnering with pet industry experts as kind of quote-unquote influencers. I'd love to hear what you think about these trends, if you're going to implement them in your business, or if you have any follow-up questions. Of course, if you are part of Wear Wag Repeat Society, you will be able to attend our live expert social media panel on November 10th. We will do a moderated panel. I'll be the moderator for about 40 minutes, give or take, and then we'll save time at the end for live Q&A. So if you have questions about anything that I just discussed, or anything else that applies to the social media strategy for you and your pet business, please come join us. All you have to do is go to wearwagrepeat.com/society, and you will see all the information there that you need to join. You can do month to month. There's no pressure. I would just love to have you attend this panel. The more pet businesses and pet lovers that we have in the community and attending these live events, the more energy there is to go around. And it makes me really excited. Honestly, guys, it gives me the chills to see the success that so many of you are having just this week in the Wear Wag Repeat Society Facebook group. So we have a private group just for members that's separate from the big free group that a lot of you might be in. But in our separate society group, someone was just sharing their amazing success with their Pinterest account, that it's finally working for them. And I'm always telling people, you got to use Pinterest, but it is the long game. It's not like something where you're going to post and see a bunch of views and engagement within 24 hours. it might take months because it is more of a search engine than a social media network. So it can take some time, but once you do get the momentum going, you can see some serious traffic. So this person was sharing with me that they had just 1 or 2 pins picking up steam, and now Pinterest has taken over all of their other social media sites as their number 1 traffic source for their website. And it just goes to show, if you stay dedicated, if you stick with it, you can reach your goals. So if you need some accountability, Wear Wag Repeat Society is a great place to get that because we have a new lesson every single month. There is group calls happening throughout the month. Plus, we have this Facebook group that's very active, and you can kind of just keep plodding along and reaching your pet business goals. We are here for the long haul, guys. I sent in an email earlier this week that this celebrates 10 years of Wear Wag Repeat for me this year. And I really want you to have your business for 5 years or 10 years or 20 years if you want to, if that's something you want. Over the years, I've seen so many businesses come and go, and it's really unique and special to be able to still be doing this after 10 years. And so if that's something that you would like, I would love to support you in doing that. And it's all about, using the real strategies that work. And so that's why I teach what I know in Wear Wag Repeat Society. And I also bring in experts all throughout the year that we're not just talking about some quick go viral strategy. We really want to give you the tools and the resources and the support that you need to make your business a success for a long time. Just imagine what that could do for you and your life and your family and all the pets and people that you impact. It's just exciting to me. Okay, so don't miss this expert social media panel. It's happening on November 10th. It's happening live at noon Eastern. Yes, there will be a recording. Everything in Wear Wag Repeat Society is recorded and uploaded to our members only area. It will also be uploaded to our members only secret podcast. Did you know that I have a secret podcast? Yep. It's only available to Wear Wag Repeat Society members. So join us now. You will get access to this panel. You will also lock in the current membership rate because there is going to be an increase as of January 1st, 2024. I'm going to be shaking things up. So make sure that you join now and lock in the current membership rate. You'll get access to this panel on November 10th. You will also get, in December, we are doing a 2024 goal planning party where we are going to hop on the Zoom together and lay out our big goals for 2024 and then break them down into actionable tasks for each quarter, for each month, and even if you feel like it, for each week of the year. And that is going to help ensure that you actually do reach your goals. You can't just make a big goal without a plan to reach it. So we're going to do both at our goal planning party on December 8th in Wear Wag Repeat Society. Okay? So that's everything you need to know. You know where to find me. I am on Instagram at Wear Wag Repeat. If you have any questions at all, you can reach me. I would love to send you a voice note back talking about this, and we can even hop on you can do calls on Instagram now. So if you have any questions for me, just reach out. And of course, go to wearwagrepeat.com/podcast to find the show notes for this episode and all 291 other episodes of this show. Thank you so much for being a listener. I really value you being here and listening and spending some time with me today. Have a great one.